From the bustling streets of London to the sun-drenched piazzas of Rome, the silver screen has taken us on countless adventures. But amidst the car chases and daring escapes, a seemingly insignificant object often plays a pivotal role: the humble postage stamp. These tiny squares of paper, often overlooked in our daily lives, have the power to transport us to different worlds. Join us now as we explore 20 films where postage stamps take center stage. Sit back, relax, and prepare to be amazed by the unexpected power of the postage stamp. Our journey begins in Paris with the 1963 classic Charade. The entire mystery revolves around the hidden value of rare stamps, making them a central plot device rather than a minor detail. In most films, fortunes are hidden in gold, diamonds, or cash, but Charade cleverly uses stamps as the ultimate hidden treasure. The 3 rare stamps featured in the film are based on real-life valuable stamps, adding a layer of realism for stamp collectors and enthusiasts.
Now there's a relaxed husband.
Police probably think I killed him.
Instant divorce, you mean?
From then on, her life was one round of enjoyment.
Mr. Bartholomew, if you're trying to frighten me, you're doing a first-rate job.
The plot, Charade, is a romantic thriller with a mix of mystery and comedy, starring Audrey Hepburn as Regina, Reggie, Lampert, and Cary Grant as the mysterious Peter Joshua. The story revolves around a fortune that Reggie's murdered husband stole, leaving her pursued by a group of dangerous men who believe she knows where the money is hidden. As the plot unfolds, the truth is revealed. The fortune was never in cash. It was hidden in 3 rare postage stamps worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Stamp connection. Early in the film, Reggie inherits her husband's possessions, which seem worthless: a travel bag, some letters, and a few everyday objects. Unbeknownst to her, the real treasure is hidden in 3 ordinary-looking postage stamps, affixed to a seemingly unimportant envelope in her husband's belongings. These stamps are exceptionally rare and valuable, worth a small fortune, and they have been in her possession the entire time. Our next stop takes us into the shadowy world of espionage. Unlike fictionalized stamp plots, the Counterfeit Traitor is based on true historical events where spies genuinely used stamps as secret message carriers. The film captures the deadly risks of World War II intelligence work, showing how something as small as a postage stamp could mean life or death. The use of microdots in stamps reflects actual tactics employed by intelligence services like the OSS, precursor to the CIA, and MI6, making it an accurate historical representation of wartime espionage. The plot. The Counterfeit Traitor is a World War II espionage thriller starring William Holden as Eric Erickson, an American businessman living in Sweden who is blackmailed into becoming a spy for the Allies. Forced to infiltrate Nazi Germany, Erickson must gather intelligence without being exposed, leading to intense close calls, betrayals, and high-stakes deception. One of the most important methods of smuggling information in the film involves postage stamps being used as secret spy tools.
job is information. And in order to get it, I will deal with thieves, liars, procurers, sluts, traitors, the lot. I really don't care if you're Goebbels' half-brother or if you sell heroin for a living. Can you just bring back the information and we'll get along?
Have him put under surveillance. It's good to see you again.
Stamp connection. Erickson and other spies use ordinary-looking postage stamps to smuggle intelligence reports across borders. Secret messages and microfilm, microdots, are hidden beneath the stamp's adhesive, allowing vital information to be transported without raising suspicion. This method was a real-life espionage tactic used by both Allied and Axis intelligence agencies during World War II. Unlike most Western films, The Rare Breed introduces a rare postage stamp as an unexpected source of hidden wealth. The film showcases how something as small as a postage stamp can be worth more than land, cattle, or gold. The presence of a valuable European stamp in the film reflects the evolving connections between the old world and the untamed American frontier. The plot. The Rare Breed is a Western drama starring James Stewart, Maureen O'Hara, and Brian Keith, focusing on the challenges of cattle breeding in the American frontier. The story follows Martha Price O'Hara and her daughter Hillary, who bring a rare breed of Hereford cattle to Texas in hopes of improving American cattle stock. Along the way, their journey becomes entangled in deception, greed, and a hidden fortune linked to a rare postage stamp.
Sam, one of the toughest characters ever to bulldog his way into your heart.
Look out, Martha, he's still got a gun. So have I.
In the tradition of Shenandoah, Universal presents The Rare Breed, a brawling and a busting out with all the hero-sized humanity of America's heyday. Co-starring Maureen O'Hara as Martha, who brought a new breed of beauty to the Old West.
You may bulldog a steer, but you cannot bulldog me.
The thing I'm trying to get over to you is that this trip's dangerous, and there's no telling what might happen to you in Dodge.
Brian Keith as Cattle Baron.
Leaves have fallen out.
Come on, maybe. You're just gonna stir things up here. You bet I am.
This is the West as the screen has never shown it before, scaled to heroic size and the human heart.
A man is dead, all because of your dishonesty.
Well, that's one way to see it, ma'am.
Stamp connection. While much of the film focuses on cattle trading, and Western conflicts. A side plot involves a valuable postage stamp unknowingly held by one of the characters. The stamp is affixed to an old letter that several parties are eager to obtain, not realizing that it holds significant monetary value. By the time the importance of the stamp is discovered, it has already changed hands multiple times, leading to high-stakes confrontations and surprising revelations. Unlike most movies, where stamps are used as clues or treasures, Tommy Tricker and the Stamp Traveler uses them as portals to adventure, making stamps the central magical device in the story. The film combines stamp collecting with elements of fantasy, showcasing the wonders of travel and exploration through the lens of Philately. While the film is a work of fiction, it highlights the cultural significance of stamps, encouraging young audiences to take an interest in stamp collecting and global history. The plot, Tommy Tricker and the Stamp Traveler, is a fantasy adventure film directed by Michael Rubbo that combines the world of stamp collecting with magical realism. The story follows Tommy Tricker and his friends, who discover that rare stamps have the magical ability to transport people to different places and times. By shrinking themselves down and placing themselves on postage stamps, they embark on a series of globe-trotting adventures, traveling through time and space in search of a legendary missing stamp collector named Charles Merriweather.
I'm a running from you, and you're chasing, 'cause you're chasing me to the end of the earth, or the city of kingdom come.
Running to a theater near you, December 16th.
You ever let out?
Stamp connection. The main characters discover a hidden spell that allows them to travel anywhere in the world by placing themselves on a postage stamp. Each stamp's country of origin determines where the traveler will be transported, turning the stamp collection into a portal to adventures across the globe. The film emphasizes the importance of rare and valuable stamps as they unlock access to distant and exotic places. Brewster's Millions, a comedic twist on stamp collecting. Unlike other films that portray stamps as valuable treasures, Brewster's Millions hilariously subverts expectations by deliberately destroying their value. While most movies focus on stamps as clues or historical artifacts, this one uses a stamp as a device for financial self-sabotage, making it one of the most unconventional entries on this list. The plot, Brewster's Millions, is a comedy film starring Richard Pryor as Monty Brewster, a minor league baseball player who unexpectedly inherits $30 million from a distant relative. However, there's a catch. He must spend all $30 million within 30 days without acquiring any assets or telling anyone why. If he succeeds, he will inherit a much larger fortune, $300 million. This leads to ridiculous spending sprees, failed business ventures, and a desperate attempt to burn through money, which includes an over-the-top use of a rare postage stamp.
Fashioned way. You have 30 days in which to spend $30 million. He inherited it. If you can do it, you get $300 million. But if you fail, don't get diddly.
Why can't I tell my friends?
Because I don't want anybody to help me out. But unless he can spend it and have nothing left but the shirt on his back, everyone thinks he's crazy.
I want to bet $50,000. It went up. Well, so.
At the rate you're going, you'll have spent your entire inheritance in less than a month, and you'll have nothing to show for it.
It's like that old saying, you know, if I had money, I'd be a millionaire.
Coming.
Stamp connection. In his frantic efforts to get rid of money without creating value, Brewster buys an extremely rare and expensive postage stamp at an auction, believed to be a historical collector's item worth millions. Instead of storing it as an asset, he casually affixes the stamp to an envelope and mails a regular letter with it, making it completely worthless upon use. The moment is a hilarious critique of extreme wealth and financial absurdity, as collectors in the audience react in horror, while Brewster remains completely unfazed. Unlike fictional films, The Penny Black is a real-life mystery that showcases the dark side of Philately stamp collecting. The Penny Black is the world's first postage stamp and remains one of the most famous and valuable stamps ever issued. The documentary exposes how rare stamps can be linked to fraud, smuggling, and international crime networks, making it a fascinating watch for both true crime fans and collectors. The plot. The Penny Black is a true crime documentary thriller that follows Will, a young man who is unexpectedly entrusted with a collection of rare and valuable postage stamps by a mysterious neighbor. After the neighbor disappears without a trace, Will finds himself in a high-stakes web of deception, crime, and suspicion as he struggles to uncover the truth behind the stamp collection. The title refers to the Penny Black, the world's first official adhesive postage stamp, issued in 1840 in the United Kingdom, a valuable and historic artifact that plays a major role in the film.
I have this neighbor, and he comes back up to my apartment a couple minutes later, just brings in a duffel bag. If I could hold on to it for him for a couple of weeks while he was out of town, that'd be great. He starts taking out these books and books of stamps. He had stated that they were somewhere between like 1 and 2 million. These are wildly expensive stamps. Why on earth would you ask me to hold this ridiculously expensive stamp collection? And his words were, you don't know me and I don't know you, and you have nothing against me.
And how long has it been now?
It's been months. What on earth happened, right? I know his previous address.
And you don't have his last name?
No.
And you said he was Russian, right?
Penny Blacks could be worth up to 30,000 pounds. Who knows what else is in here then? There's also this article, one of these Penny Blacks being stolen from a collector.
When you went to the police station, you didn't tell him you had these, did you?
Stamp connection. The protagonist, Will, is handed a box filled with rare stamps, including the iconic Penny Black, without much explanation. As time passes, he realizes the collection is likely stolen, putting him at the center of a real-life crime story. The film documents his efforts to trace the origins of the stamps, leading him down a dangerous rabbit hole of international stamp smuggling, crime syndicates, and ethical dilemmas. The Scarlet Clue treats a rare stamp as crucial forensic evidence in a murder case. The movie intertwines stamps with international espionage, demonstrating how valuable stamps were often used in coded messages and criminal activities. Many modern detective films use forensic science to solve crimes, but the Scarlet Clue demonstrates how even a simple postage stamp can unravel a deadly conspiracy. The plot. The Scarlet Clue is a classic detective film starring Sidney Toler as Charlie Chan, the famous Chinese-American sleuth. The story follows Chan as he investigates a murder linked to a top-secret government formula that criminals are desperate to obtain. The case leads him to a spy ring operating within a radio station where he uncovers coded messages, false identities, and a rare postage stamp that holds the key to solving the crime. Stamp connection. During the investigation, Charlie Chan finds an ordinary-looking envelope at the crime scene. He notices that the postage stamp affixed to it is extremely rare and valuable, raising his suspicion. Upon closer examination, he realizes the stamp was stolen from a known collector, and this discovery connects the murder victim to the spy ring and its deadly motives. The revelation of the stamp's significance leads Chan to trap the real murderer, unraveling the mystery in classic detective fashion. Unlike other films where stamps are clues or treasures, The Italian Job showcases their role as a liquid asset in the criminal underworld. While most heist films focus on cash, jewels, or gold, this movie adds a fresh element by including postage stamps as part of a financial arrangement. In real life, rare stamps have been used as collateral, investments, and even forms of payment, making this a believable element in the story. The plot. The Italian Job is a classic British heist film starring Michael Caine as Charlie Croker, a career criminal who plans an elaborate gold heist in Turin, Italy. The film is famous for its thrilling Mini Cooper getaway sequences and its iconic ending, but hidden within the high-stakes plot is an interesting connection to postage stamps. While the primary focus is on stealing $4 million worth of gold bullion, rare postage stamps also play a crucial role as a form of payment and leverage. stamp connection. Before pulling off the gold heist, Croker's criminal crew needs financial backing to fund their intricate plan. Instead of using cash, one of the wealthy backers offers a collection of extremely rare and valuable postage stamps as collateral for the operation. These stamps serve as a form of unofficial currency in the criminal underworld, demonstrating their immense value beyond just collecting. Tintin. Like real-life stamp collectors and historians, Tintin uses stamps to piece together historical events, adding to the sense of adventure. The film stays true to real-world detective techniques, as historians often analyze old postage marks and stamps to track historical movements. Stamps serve as clues to solving a great historical mystery, reinforcing their role as storytelling devices. The plot. The Adventures of Tintin is a high-energy animated adventure film directed by Steven Spielberg, based on Hergé's famous comic book series. The film follows journalist Tintin and his loyal dog Snowy as they uncover the mystery of the Unicorn, a legendary ship that supposedly holds a lost treasure. Along the way, Tintin deciphers historical artifacts, old documents, and hidden messages, with postage stamps playing a key role in the unraveling mystery.
Was lost. Generations have searched for it.
Snowy, look at this. It was long claimed the ship was carrying a secret cargo.
But no one has found a clue. Until now.
The model ship conceals a clue to one of the greatest secrets in all history. Find the ship before we do, it's over.
This isn't just a ship. It was vengeance. Tintin, look.
This may sound crazy, but I've got a plan.
Oh dear.
Land! We're not there yet! No! Land!
Stamp connection. Early in the film, Tintin purchases a model ship from a market, unknowingly setting off a global treasure hunt. As he examines old letters and historical documents linked to the ship, he notices unique postage stamps on them. One stamp in particular stands out because it is postmarked from a location directly tied to the lost treasure, giving Tintin a vital clue about where to search next. In a world ravaged by societal collapse, a solitary figure emerges, the postman. The postman uses stamps to symbolize a restored world order. This movie showcases how mail delivery and stamps can be a sign of hope and structure, making it one of the most unique entries on this list. Most post-apocalyptic films focus on chaos and survival, but The Postman uniquely highlights the role of communication and postage in rebuilding society. The plot. The Postman is a post-apocalyptic drama set in the year 2013, where a global catastrophe has wiped out civilization as we know it. Kevin Costner stars as a wandering drifter who stumbles upon an abandoned US Postal Service uniform and begins delivering letters. What starts as a simple con to get food and shelter soon turns into a movement that rekindles hope across the scattered communities of a lawless America. As the story unfolds, postage stamps become a symbol of rebirth, connection, and the return of organized society.
Government does not exist. Technology
but to a people who have lost their hope.
You are a dangerous man. I can see it in your eyes.
The individual that counts.
These people don't need dreams. They need help. Are you going to bring them that?
I want him bound. I want him dealt with.
I'll give you a war!
Kevin Costner, Academy Award, brings you an epic new vision of our future.
There's gonna be new laws. There's gonna be peace.
Stamp connection. In the film's climax, the reborn Postal Service officially issues a new postage stamp, marking the return of order, government, and communication. The scene is powerful because it signifies that society is finally rebuilding, with the postal system as a key part of that renewal. The House of the Arrow follows the traditional detective story formula, where a small, seemingly insignificant object, a stamp, leads to a major breakthrough. Unlike movies where stamps are treasures or collectibles, here they are used to manipulate the crime scene, showcasing their role in forensic investigations. The story's use of a rare French stamp as critical evidence is a nod to real-world cases where stolen or misused stamps have played a role in solving crimes. The plot. The House of the Arrow is a British crime thriller based on the novel by A.E.W. Mason. The film follows Detective Inspector Hanaud, a sharp-witted French investigator, as he probes the mysterious death of a wealthy widow in Dijon, France. As the detective examines the case, he stumbles upon an inconspicuous postage stamp that holds the key to solving the murder. The stamp connection. A key piece of evidence in the case is a letter found in the deceased's study. The envelope bears a highly valuable and rare French postage stamp, which raises suspicion. Detective Hanaud quickly realizes that the stamp was stolen and used to mislead investigators, indicating a staged crime scene. This discovery exposes a hidden financial motive behind the murder, leading him to uncover the real killer. From the world of murder mysteries, we journey now into the shadowy realm of espionage. The use of microdots in postage stamps for espionage was an actual Cold War tactic used by the CIA, KGB, and other intelligence agencies. The film mixes dark comedy with genuine spy intrigue, making it a unique take on stamp-related espionage. Unlike most movies where stamps represent wealth or nostalgia, here they are deadly tools of war and secrecy. The plot. A satirical Cold War-era spy thriller with dark comedy, The President's Analyst follows Dr. Sidney Schaefer, James Coburn, a psychiatrist who becomes the personal analyst to the US president. As he learns state secrets, he becomes a target for foreign intelligence agencies who want access to classified information. The film takes a comedic yet biting look at government surveillance, paranoia, and espionage.
Relay for my analyst.
Are you neurotic? Psychotic? Do you show signs of extreme hostility? This mild-mannered man of the mind is the President's Analyst.
If I were an analyst, which I am, I would say I was rapidly turning into a paranoid personality, which I am.
Honey, why don't you just quit?
I can't. I know too much. They'd never let me get away. Thought reform?
Every nation in the world wants to know what's on his mind. He's staked out.
Oh, shot!
He's freaked out. He had but one life to give for his country, and 103 takers, including his... James Coburn is the President's Analyst.
Stamp connection. Spies in the movie use seemingly normal postage stamps to smuggle classified information between intelligence agencies. These stamps contain embedded microdots, tiny photographic film fragments that store top secret government documents. The US government, KGB, and other intelligence services fight to control these stamps, leading to a deadly game of espionage. The Great Rupert is a family-friendly film with timeless charm, making it a unique entry in the list. Unlike heist or spy films, here stamps symbolize unexpected good fortune rather than deception. The movie reflects the real-world value of stamp collecting, adding authenticity to its inclusion. The plot. The film follows a struggling vaudeville family who unknowingly receive hidden money from a generous trained squirrel named Rupert. As they find themselves suddenly wealthy, they navigate the joys and complications of unexpected fortune.
This is wonderful. Now, isn't it a shame that Christmas comes?
Stamp connection. While the movie primarily focuses on hidden cash, a key subplot involves the discovery of a rare stamp collection, further increasing the family's newfound fortune. The landlord, a stingy and wealthy man, had secretly hidden valuable items, including rare postage stamps, inside the walls of the home. When Rupert, the trained squirrel, unknowingly displaces the hidden treasures, the family comes into possession of extremely valuable stamps. Inspector Gadget aligns with other spy thrillers in the list, incorporating stamps as secret communication tools. The movie creatively combines classic detective work with futuristic gadgets, showcasing stamps as more than just collectibles. Unlike the darker espionage films on the list, Inspector Gadget brings a light-hearted, family-friendly twist to the use of stamps in storytelling. The plot. Inspector Gadget is a live-action adaptation of the beloved animated series, starring Matthew Broderick as the bumbling but well-meaning cyborg detective. The film follows Gadget as he tracks down the evil Dr. Claw, who has stolen advanced robotics technology to take over the city. While mostly a comedy adventure, the movie also features classic spy tropes, including hidden messages in postage stamps.
In everyone's life,
Where are you going? To catch the bad guys.
there's a moment you meet your destiny.
Oh, gosh. Uh-oh.
For John Brown,
Wrench.
that time is now.
We did it.
What have they got me on?
Disney's Inspector Gadget.
Stamp connection. Gadget discovers that Dr. Claw's henchmen are using postage stamps to send secret spy messages across the city. These stamps contain invisible ink that only appears under special light. The villainous messages include clues about Dr. Claw's next target, setting up key detective moments in the film. Murder Most Foul showcases the classic detective trope of finding hidden messages in ordinary objects, in this case, a stamp. A web of intrigue spun around a rare postage stamp. The plot. Murder Most Foul is a classic British murder mystery based on Agatha Christie's Mrs. McGinty's Dead, but reimagined as a Miss Marple case. The legendary Margaret Rutherford plays Miss Marple, a sharp-witted amateur detective investigating a suspicious suicide-turned-murder at a rundown theater. As Marple digs deeper, she uncovers hidden clues in everyday objects, including a postage stamp that turns out to be the key to solving the crime.
Three murders in a row, with a fourth on tap.
There's nothing like a loud report for keeping an audience alive and alert.
The intended victim? The intrepid Miss Marple herself.
One of us is a murderer.
Then dance for the place of concealment.
Agatha Christie's delightful, extraordinary lady detective finds herself hot on the heels of homicide and distressingly in the hair of Scotland Yard.
Sergeant, would you escort her to headquarters?
Murder and Miss Marple. But this time, the hunter becomes the hunted.
Good evening, Inspector. I think there's something you should know before you go in to see the play.
Oh, what?
I think our murderer will try to kill me again tonight.
Will this be another Murder Most Foul?
The stamp connection. The victim, an actor, was believed to have committed suicide, but Miss Marple notices something odd about a letter found at the crime scene. The postage stamp on the envelope is an expensive and rare stamp, far too valuable for the victim to use on ordinary mail. This tiny detail makes Marple suspicious, leading her to uncover a hidden message beneath the stamp, proving it was planted after the murder to mislead investigators. In Miracle on 34th Street, a simple postage stamp proves what we've always believed. Santa Claus is real. As letters to Santa flood the courtroom, the judge is forced to acknowledge that if the US government delivers mail to Santa Claus, then he must exist. A heartwarming and unforgettable moment in movie history. The plot. Miracle on 34th Street is a timeless holiday classic that follows Kris Kringle, an elderly man claiming to be the real Santa Claus. When Kringle is put on trial for lunacy, it becomes a legal battle to prove his identity and authenticity in a court of law. The case seems impossible to win until the United States Post Office delivers a surprise piece of evidence that turns everything around.
Your Honor, every one of these letters is addressed to Santa Claus. The post office has delivered them. Therefore, the Post Office Department, a branch of the federal government, recognizes this man, Kris Kringle, to be the one and only Santa Claus.
Since the United States government declares this man to be Santa Claus, this court will not dispute it. Case dismissed.
Stamp connection. As the trial nears its conclusion, Kringle's lawyer struggles to prove that his client is truly Santa Claus. Then, in a dramatic moment, thousands of letters addressed to Santa are delivered to the courtroom, each bearing an official U.S. postage stamp from the United States Post Office. The judge, overwhelmed by the sight of bags upon bags of Santa mail, rules in Kris Kringle's favor, declaring that if the U.S. government recognizes him as Santa, then the court should too. In Amelie, a simple postage stamp becomes a doorway to the past, leading our heroine on a journey that changes lives. This whimsical film reminds us that even the smallest objects can hold the deepest meanings. If you love movies that mix mystery, nostalgia, and heart, this one's for you. The plot. Amelie is a magical realism, romantic comedy that follows Amélie Poulain, a shy but imaginative woman living in Montmartre, Paris. Amelie delights in helping others by orchestrating small acts of kindness and mystery, but struggles to embrace her own happiness. One of her key discoveries, a hidden tin box filled with old letters, photographs, and postage stamps from decades past.
This is Amelie. With the discovery of a simple childhood treasure, she begins a quest to fix other people's lives. And perhaps her own as well.
The stamp connection. There's this really important scene about 20 minutes into the movie. Amelie is looking through the letters and she sees these really cool old 1950 French stamps. She's like, whoa. And she sees these really cool old 1950 French stamps. She's like, whoa. And it turns into this awesome little adventure. When she finally finds the guy, he's so happy he cries. This inspires Amelie to start spreading joy everywhere. This movie shows how powerful little things like postage stamps can be. The stamps help Amelie connect this man to his past. It's not like a spy movie or anything. It's just a sweet story about how even small things can mean so much. Now, let's delve into a heartwarming tale that combines fantasy, comedy, and the redemptive power of rare stamps in Heart and Souls. 1993, Redemption through Rare Stamps. Plot. In this touching film, 4 souls who perished in a tragic bus accident become guardian angels to a newborn baby named Thomas Riley. As Thomas grows up, these souls realize they need his help to resolve their unfinished business on Earth, to move on to the afterlife.
Oscar nominee Robert Downey Jr., Elizabeth Shue.
Anytime things get remotely serious, you start, I don't know, wiggling around.
Tell you what, I'll give you a little preview. Critics call it the best movie of the year.
I'm gonna walk like a man, fast as he can, walk.
And the best comedy. Jr. gives an Oscar-caliber performance.
Look, this is all very illuminating, all this business mumbo-jumbo, but basically, who gives a shit? When the
a beautiful dish like you in front.
And NBC TV calls Heart and Souls an instant classic.
You're supposed to use him as a vehicle. And if he won't do it, you enter his body and you make him do it.
Heart and Souls.
Stamp Connection, one of the souls, Milo Peck, portrayed by Tom Sizemore, was a thief in life. His unfinished business involves returning a stolen stamp album to its rightful owner, Zeppelin Stamps. The stolen album contains a full sheet of the rare 1930 Graf Zeppelin stamps, highly prized by collectors. These stamps become central to Milo's journey towards redemption. In a poignant moment, Milo, through Thomas, breaks into a house to retrieve the stolen stamp album. After successfully recovering it, he returns the album to its now adult owner, fulfilling his promise and resolving his unfinished business. This film beautifully intertwines the theme of redemption with the world of Philately, showcasing how even the smallest items like postage stamps can hold profound significance in people's lives. Now, let's dive into a heist that combines the worlds of art and Philately in the Thomas Crown Affair, 1999. The ultimate art and stamp heist plot. Thomas Crown, Pierce Brosnan, a wealthy and charismatic billionaire art thief who orchestrates a nearly impossible museum heist for his own amusement. He steals a valuable Monet painting from the Metropolitan Museum of Art, setting off an intense game of cat and mouse with a determined insurance investigator, played by Rene Russo.
This painting is worth $100 million.
They shut off the air to drive out the tourists. Then they close the gates to keep everybody out. Diversion. Make a lot of noise over there. So over here in this room, you can take $100 million off the wall and waltz right out the front door. Oh, that's good.
Oh, yes. Do you want to dance? Or do you want to dance?
I want you to do your job. Because right now, you're acting like a junkie.
Stamp Connection. Crown doesn't just deal in art. He also collects rare postage stamps, which play a subtle yet crucial role in the film's deception. In a mind-blowing twist ending, he hides the stolen painting inside an envelope, concealed beneath a postage stamp. The stolen artwork is smuggled out unnoticed, leaving investigators stunned. The authorities are so distracted by the elaborate decoys he has set up that they completely overlook the tiny, unassuming envelope holding the real treasure. And now, let's dive into a crafty tale set in the heart of the Great Depression. Who knew stamp collecting could be so profitable? In Paper Moon, the world of postage stamps isn't just about value, it's about outsmarting the smartest. And with Addie Loggins running the con, you know it's going to be good. The plot. The film Paper Moon features the dynamic duo of Moses Prey, a seasoned conman played by Ryan O'Neal, and Addie Loggins, a sharp-witted 9-year-old girl portrayed by Tatum O'Neal. Their scam, selling counterfeit postage stamps to unsuspecting customers.
Kansas, 1936. Out of the darkest days of the Depression comes the adventures of two unlikely con artists, Mose Prey and his companion, Addie Loggins.
Jew's a bootlegger. Oh, no, sir.
Or, as P.T. Barnum put it, there's a sucker born every minute.
Yes. Afternoon, ma'am. I was wondering if Mr. Bates might be at home.
Mr. Bates is dead.
My name is Prey, Kansas Bible Company. I'm just here to deliver this Bible that Mr. Bates ordered.
Bible?
Bible? What kind of Bible? What company you say you're from?
Just when you think you got it made, just ain't made, is it?
Say it's only a paper moon sailing over.
Keep rolling. I got it. I'm gonna hit him!
He can jump! Don't slow down!
Don't you go making the decisions. I make the decisions. All you gotta do is look like a pretty little girl. Shooting at us!
But then listen, keep going! You met my mom in a barroom.
Just because a man meets a woman in a barroom don't mean he's your pa. Eat your Coney Island.
Don't miss this one. From the maker of The Last Picture Show and What's Up, Doc?
Stamp connection. The duo tricks buyers into believing they are purchasing valuable collectible stamps, only for them to be worthless fakes. In a clever scene, Addie out-schemes a fellow con artist, proving she's just as savvy as the adults. This scene not only showcases the deceptive allure of stamps, but also highlights Addie's cleverness and adaptability, making her a memorable character in the world of cinematic philately. From clandestine messages hidden within their borders to fortunes concealed within their gum, who knew that postage stamps could hold such cinematic sway? These unassuming squares of paper have played a surprisingly pivotal role in the stories we've explored, proving that even the smallest detail can hold immense significance. Which film's unique use of stamps surprised you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating journeys into the world of film. Until next time, keep exploring